Okay, so welcome back. Sorry, because obviously I touched my phone and the video stopped while I was carrying on yapping. So I'm getting that that was a specific message for a group of people with what I said earlier. So I'm gonna post both videos anyway, so that whoever needs to hear what I said before can receive that. That's fine. Okay, so let's get on with the reading. Let's see what's gonna come up. So I'm just gonna pull 10 cards off the top. There's no specific way. I'm just gonna go with whatever I feel guided to do. Right now I just feel like I need to shuffle a bit more, so I'm just gonna do that. Some of you are struggling with love addiction. If you don't know what that is, Google it. There's plenty of information on Google on love addiction. Some of you are really struggling with that, and it's keeping you in relationships that you have no business being in, and keeping you in toxic patterns, toxic dynamics. Okay, so let's see. First 10 cards, right? That's the Two of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, King of Wands. I'm going to show the cards as I talk through them, so don't worry. Nine of Wands, Strength card, Ace of Swords, Five of Cups, Seven of Wands, wow, and the Devil. Okay. So, the Two of Pentacles, a choice. Usually this is about a decision or a choice between two. And I'm getting the sense that some of you are juggling two people, you know yourselves. And I'm also getting the energy of trying to decide what path or what direction. I'm seeing a fork road, and you're at the edge of that fork and you're trying to figure out, should I go this way, that way? Now, of course, Pentacles don't normally relate to direction, but I'm also getting the energy of when you're juggling, it means that it's not equally balanced. Yeah, because as you can see, he looks like he's about to fall, and he's trying very hard to keep his foot on the wheel at the bottom and his hand on the wheel at the top. But at the end of the day, he's going to have to make a decision what wheel he's going to prioritize, whether he's going to prioritize any or whether he's going to prioritize one of these. And when I said any, I got the energy that some of you are going to have to stop juggling altogether and just decide to choose yourself, because perhaps the people that you're juggling are not really the people that you need to be having in your life anyway. Because if you're trying to decide between two and the choice is not clear, then it's always best to take a step back and choose yourself while you make that decision, and then come back when you're of right mind, or you're in a position where you can make a clear decision, you have clear discernment, and then choose. So I'm getting the energy that some of you are being very indecisive, and some of you are very comfortable being in indecision, you know. And with that indecision, the next card is the Seven of Pentacles. This is somebody who's waiting for whatever they've planted to, basically, they've sown the seed and they're waiting for it to sprout, but it's sitting there impatiently, you know, and the birds are there picking at the seeds that he's sown, and he's sitting there constantly looking at his garden or his farm every day, wondering, when is this going to sprout? When is this going to sprout? It's like in that movie, Are We There Yet? Like, it's a long journey, it's a road trip, and the kids are constantly asking, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? If you have to sit there and ask, are we there yet, every 5 seconds, then that's something your soul is trying to tell you. There's a impatience, and there's a huge attachment to the outcome of whatever it is that you've planted. And there needs to be a level of trust that whatever planted is going to manifest. But also, if you're busy juggling, if you've got this energy playing out, then this is going to be delayed even further because you're not sitting in the right space or energy to receive whatever it is you need to receive. And some of this is connected to relationships, and some of it is really connected to your self-love, because this is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is an overflow of, the cup runneth over, overflow of affection and emotion, feeling emotionally fulfilled. And some of you are not feeling emotionally fulfilled, which is why you're in this space of impatience of when am I going to get this? When is this going to come to me? But then you're not willing to let go of the energies that you're juggling that are not really serving you. Because you've got also these birds, I'm getting the sense that they're distractions. So not only are you trying to juggle, but you've got all these distractions around you, these things trying to they're pecking at you, and maybe they're trying to tell you to stop, but you're just still keeping on going, and then you've got the water here, and the energy I'm getting, it's like there's just so much going on around you that there's not much calm energy, and it's keeping you distracted. And if you're in this energy, then it's very hard to receive from this space. And ultimately, if this is in relationship, if this is in connection to an emotional relationship that you're having with someone, then what I'm getting is there's this love addiction, but there's also this sense of looking for fulfillment from somebody other than yourself. And that's not really the right energy that you need to be connecting with or manifesting to have this kind of energy in your life. You have to first be willing to give yourself what you need to give yourself before you can ask of it from somebody else. You're sitting here waiting for this person to give you this when this is all that you've sown in that relationship, nothing. It's like you have thrown water into a bucket with a hole in it and you're expecting to have a full bucket. That's just unrealistic. Some of you have to really be realistic with yourself about the kind of relationship dynamics that you're allowing to play out in your lives. Yes, you may have planted something, but you planted in the wrong farm. The soil wasn't fertile where you are sowing. And that's the problem. You're not seeing that the soil is not fertile. Look at how dry that soil looks. It's not even like a rich brown. It's like a really dry, deserty brown. But you're expecting all of this to sprout. I mean, you have to really be realistic about the kind of energy that you're feeding into, the kind of places you're feeding your energy into. And this is stemming from love addiction and codependency. You're juggling feeling insecure, feeling unappreciated, love addiction, codependency, and you're sowing that into this desert ass place and expecting to get this out of it. I mean, it's really, really, it's unrealistic. And you need to have a come to Jesus moment with yourself and just be honest about where you stand in these situations and where you have been sowing your seeds. It's not been somewhere where you really would get anything out of it. And you need to just have that honest conversation with yourself and start thinking about where you really need to plant the fertile soil, which ultimately is within yourself. That fertile soil is within yourself, but you're looking for that validation outside of you, and it's putting you in this energy of, I would say nothingness. Because if you're sowing somewhere and you're not getting anything in return, you're really manifesting nothingness. And that's because you're coming from a place of nothingness within yourself, because your cup is not full, yet you want to go farming in other people's farms. It's not healthy. So some of you really need to have a realistic view of the kind of dynamics that are playing out in your relationships and ask yourself whether this is really worth it. And it may be worth it someday down the line, but it's not going to be worth it when your cup is empty. Your cup has to be full in order for you to attract the right kind of energy in your life. And if it's someone that you really want to be with and you feel that's the person you want to be with, then why not go away and do your own work and let them do their own work and allow the heavenly realm to come in at the time when it's right for you guys to manifest union. Because right now, as it is, this is a very unrealistic space for you to be in. And this is not the kind of energy you want to have in any relationship where somebody's juggling everything but you, and including you, sorry, and you're not a priority. Because this is someone who's got a lot going on. Like he's trying to balance this, he's trying to balance that, and then he's trying to manage these birds, and then his waters are not calm. It's raging. It's like, you know, someone who's got a lot going on internally is not in a place to give this to you. But even so, why are you looking for this from this kind of energy? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Why are you planting in a farm that is basically not going to give you the yields that you desire and then expecting this? So I think some of you need to have a very realistic conversation with yourself about not just where you're planting, but why you're planting in soil that is not going to give you what you need for right now. And it's not, they're just not capable of doing it. They're not capable of feeding you the love and affection that you desire because they don't have it. This person has a lot going on. They just don't have it right now. And you need to stop sitting here prodding them. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? This energy is very needy and it's very codependent. And even if the person's not giving it to you, this is exhausting for them to receive this energy. Because the more you give this energy of let's work this out, let's keep planting, and you're still not yielding anything, the more you push this person away, and the more they even juggling a lot more. Because this person I mean, his face is like that, but to me, I'm getting the energy of he's very stressed. And it could be either way. It could be a man doing this to a woman, or it could be a woman doing this to a man. It doesn't matter. Just go with the energy and whatever resonates with you. So the message here is you need to feed into yourself as a priority before you start wondering where you're going to reap what you've sown with someone who's just incapable of giving you the love and affection that you're looking for. This is very needy, very codependent, and it's mentally draining and emotionally draining for someone to be receiving this energy from you. So I felt like I needed to really emphasize that message, so for whoever needs to hear it. So some of you are dealing with a King of Wands, or this could be you. This is someone who's very creative, very very confident. This is connected to fire sign energy, but it doesn't matter the sign. I don't know why I needed to say that, but this is somebody who has a regality about them, very confident in who they are, and very inspirational, aspirational. But I'm also getting ego attached to this energy. So you could be this person, or you could be dealing with this person. And this person is putting you in a place where you feel very defensive, or maybe they are the ones that are very defensive, because I'm getting ego energy from this King of Wands. Someone who's very defensive, or it could be you who's sitting in this energy and you're very defensive to the point where you're not listening to inner guidance. There's obviously a fear factor playing out here, feeling like you can't be yourself. A very bravado, yes, that's the word, Johnny Bravo, bravado kind of energy. Feeling like I need to be a certain way with people. I need to display a certain energy because I'm not feeling worthy enough in myself to receive whatever I need to receive. And this is someone who I'm getting the energy of you're burdening yourself with things that you don't even need to be worrying about. You're trying to portray an image of yourself that is not real. This is a mask that is being worn. And it's a very good one at that, because look at how he's sitting there feeling very regal, like, you know, I'm the man, I'm the boss, I know what's going on. And the energy I'm getting is that he's already got this in a pure form, but it's very inverted with all this fear that and defensiveness that he's got going on. And if he could just let his guard down, then he could see that he's already got this. He doesn't need to put on the mask. He's already got it. But he's very much shrouded in this depressive, egotistical, defensive energy that is blocking him from seeing himself for who he really is. And that's really sad, you know, to be. This is someone who's miserable but knows how to wear a mask very well and pretend like everything is cool, calm, collected, and I got this, I'm confident. But it's false confidence, it's false bravado, it's false belief systems, false believing in yourself, putting on a face that you think people want to see when behind closed doors, this is really the energy that you're behind it all. This is really the energy that is there. It's not even this. And people are starting to pick up on this. People are starting to see that, hang on, you've been wearing a mask all along. So who are you? And because people are starting to pick up on it, they're getting very defensive. And of course, the more defensive you get, the more you push people away, the more people feel like they can come to you and say, you know, who do you think you are? So this is, again, part of the ego shredding that is going on, and people coming to realize that this isn't actually who he really is. Even though he might carry this energy in its purest form, it's very much inverted, and this is all that we're getting. A very defensive person, a person who doesn't want to see the wood through the trees, a person who doesn't want to acknowledge that I live in fear and I'm scared of being vulnerable. I'm scared of loving and I'm scared to be loved. And it all stems down to unworthiness. I'm feeling very unworthy in who I am. I'm feeling very unworthy in what I think that I deserve. And you're being asked to recognize these traits within yourself and how they are manifesting in your life. And if you're dealing with someone who's got this energy going on, this bravado, then you can bet yourself that you are also carrying that energy, which is why you've attracted it. So you really need to look at where you are carrying these defense mechanisms, and where you are carrying these shadow aspects of yourself. I looked at the card because for a minute there I thought this was someone standing behind him, and I realized it's a cloak. And because I was about to say you've got shadow energy, and so obviously that applies if I thought I saw it and I thought it. So some of you are, how do I say? You've got a shadow side to you that you need to acknowledge in order for it to be released. It's almost like I'm getting split personality. It's almost like you've got an aspect of yourself that shows up like this, and then you've got an aspect of yourself that shows up like this. And it's like people are like, wait, I don't get it. Like, are you this or are you this? And I don't think even you know. Because both of these come very easily to you. And with this cloak, I'm getting a sense of I'm comfortable being here. This feels more me than this. And again, this is false belief system, because why would God and Mother want you to stay in this place? If this is you in your purest form, but this is the inverted version of this, why would they want to keep you here? This is just falsities and things that you're telling yourself that are not true. And you need to confront that. You need to start working on these shadow aspects of you so that you can fully understand where this energy is coming from and what do I need to do to get out of this so that I can start to feel worthy of this, because this is really who I am in my purest form: confident, brave, intelligent, creative, because the wands is creative energy as well. But you're really insisting, for whatever reason, on staying here because you think this is a comfort zone. No, it's not. It's not a comfort zone. You're just comfortable being miserable because you think this is all you deserve. And you're being told this is not who you are. You're very much loved and you're very much worthy and deserving. But God cannot force you to believe that. You have to want to believe that in yourself. You know, as they say, faith of a mustard seed. You give God that and he'll do the rest. But right now you're saying, I don't need grace. I don't need mercy. I don't need goodness. I think I deserve all of this darkness. And what they're trying to say is this isn't your set point. And you need to shift that. You need to confront this shadow that is all over you like a cloak, and you need to address what needs to be addressed, whatever that is, because this is really not your set point. So that's someone who's really, really miserable and struggling. So we'll send them love and compassion, whoever is dealing with that energy, because I'm getting the sense that they're finding it very difficult to shift this energy. And it's like, even though I wanted to shift it, I don't really know how. And you're being told, trust your inner guidance. And sometimes the how could be leaving the house every day and going for a 10-minute walk. Sometimes the how could be waking up, changing your bed sheets, taking a shower. Sometimes the how could be listening to gospel music. Sometimes the how could be going and hanging out with someone who knows the authentic you and is okay with you being whatever mood you're in that moment. I think we tend to overcomplicate the how. Sometimes we think that there has to be this big magical thing that happens in order for this energy to shift, when really all it is baby steps, and the baby steps is you shifting your perspective every single day. Doing something different, doing something intentional that you know will give you joy that day, even if it's for 5 minutes. That is the how. The how doesn't have to come in a big bang. That's an illusion. And sometimes, yes, it does happen, but you taking the steps towards meeting God halfway is you doing those little things. Leave your house, take a walk 5 minutes down the road. Go sit in a coffee shop, have a cup of coffee, and then go back home. Watch a romantic movie. Maybe there's a movie that you've been feeling I want to watch. Go watch that romantic movie. Go listen to that song. Go sit on your balcony. Go sit in your garden. Go sit in a park. It doesn't have to involve, you being zapped out of it. And slowly by slowly, because this is as much you trusting the process as it is you being obedient and listening to divine guidance. And you trusting the process is you doing those little things every week. Do you really think that God and Mother don't know how hard it is for you to shift from where you are? And they wouldn't tell you, okay, tomorrow you're going to go sign up and run a 3,000-mile marathon. I mean, that is ridiculous. So you have to build the trust in the divine guidance that you're receiving by being willing and obedient to do the little things you're being asked to do. And that is then going to lead to the bigger shifts. But you have to start somewhere and allow the heavenly realm to come in and support you in making those little steps so that you can, create the big shifts for you. Because they're also trying to meet you where you are and trying to meet you at that confidence level to help bring you up step by step. Because imagine if you're in this space and then all of a sudden, this massive, big, amazing things happen to you. Do you really think that you're going to believe that you're deserving of this? Of course not. You're not, because you're not in the mental frame to even embrace it in the first place. So it has to take the small little steps. And as aggravating as that may feel for you, this is the right and the best way forward. So you need to start telling yourself every day when you wake up, whatever is in the highest and best good for me, I'm willing to embrace it. And then go with those little steps, and they will each time build your confidence, build your trust, and grow into the big shift that you're needing in your life. So we also have to apply just being a bit more realistic with our expectations in terms of what we are wanting God and Mother and the heavenly realm to come and do for us in our lives versus what can realistically happen based on where we are mentally and emotionally and spiritually. And even physically. Like, you have to be willing to be realistic with whatever's going on with your life. This is the life that I desire, but realistically, this is where I am. God, what do I need to do? What steps do I need to take? If you ask that every morning and expect an answer, you'll get an answer. And the answer may not be go and you win the lottery, because that's unrealistic. You're not in the mental frame to be able to use that money in the way that is for the highest and best good. So the answer could be go for a swim, go sit by the ocean or the seafront wherever you live, if you can. Go go talk to the trees, go sit in the park. It's the little things that count, because that then builds up to the big thing, is the message here. So this is, again, just from what I've said, about you tapping into your inner strength and trusting. And the strength here I'm getting is the strength is relying on God, Mother, the heavenly realm, to give you the courage to take the steps that you need to take to be able to bring in that grace, that favor, whatever it is that you need for you to be able to manifest the life that you desire. You really need to trust the process. And that comes from a place of strength and courage, because sometimes trusting the process is doing things that you really don't want to do, like confronting situations that are very uncomfortable for you if you're someone who's not confrontational, or confronting yourself. Yeah, I'm a bitch sometimes, or I'm an asshole sometimes, or I get very defensive, I'm very moody, I have a tendency to steal. Whatever it is that you need to confront within yourself, it does take strength and courage to do that. And what they're saying is that if you just keep listening to the divine guidance and trusting the process, we will give you the strength to deal with whatever you need to deal with to make those shifts in your life. And we will give you the clarity that you need. We want to open up the communication between us, the heavenly realm, and you, but you need to trust the process and trust that we are there supporting you. And also, I'm getting with this energy of the snake, be able to discern what divine guidance really is from messages that are negative self-talk coming from the dark messengers. You need to discern that, because the heavenly realm will never put you in a position where you're being made to feel bad about yourself. Like, oh, why did you have to go and do that? You're so dumb. That is definitely not a message coming from the heavenly realm. Their energy is very supportive, and it's also very clear. But you have to be willing to go through the darkness in order to get to the light. Because part of that is you shedding your ego and shedding these ego constructs that have been plaguing you, that are keeping you in a place where you're very defensive and sitting in ego. So I'm getting that you have to discern the messages that you're getting in order to reach the clarity that you desire. So as you can see, the snake is all wrapped up on the sword. So think of the sword as the light bearers, and the clarity and the just being clear-headed and understanding that this is it. This is your aha moment, and you're moving towards that, but you have to wrangle with this energy of the serpent, because that is not good energy. And you need to understand that this serpent is only here to waylay me and to move me away from the path that I'm supposed to be going on. And regardless of whether it's there or not, I still need to keep trusting the process, because at the end of the day, I'm bigger and I'm better than this serpent, and it can't really do anything to me because I've got the whole heavenly realm supporting and guiding me. But if you look and you see the serpent and you run, then you're not trusting the process, and you're not tapping into the strength that you already have within you, that you're being reminded of and you're being guided to maintain. You're just basically sitting here. And this serpent will make you think that this is where you need to be and this is all you deserve. This is negative self-talk from the dark messengers. And in order for you to get rid of them, you see that all of these, these are the dark messengers, and you're holding on to one. And it could be, I'm getting the energy that this is this. You're holding on to this clarity, but you've allowed the serpent to wrap itself all around you and tell you all kinds of bullshit that you're believing. So you just really need to knuckle down and be honest with yourself about whatever you need to be honest about in your life, and just understand that things are shifting and things are moving in the direction that they're supposed to be moving into. You see, I mean, it's the same energy, to be honest. The Five of Cups, and this guy just looking really solemn and sad. There's a very depressive energy that I'm getting here. And with the Seven of Wands, I'm getting that this guy does look like he's come back from battle, and he's looking somewhat victorious. And you've got these, I don't know if they're wolves, they look like wolves under here. And it's like he's like king of the jungle at the moment. The energy that I'm getting from this is there's a level of victory after the little battles that you've won, but that doesn't mean the war is over. Celebrate the little wins, but don't allow it to keep you locked in your ego and keep the dark messengers coming back and interfering with the clarity of discernment that you're developing. So yes, celebrate the little wins by all means, but don't assume that the war is over. Don't allow the ego to come in and tell you something that is not real, because what the ego does is plant illusions and keep you in a state of disillusionment. So yes, it's great to celebrate the wins, but bear in mind that the war isn't over. You will know when the war is over. It's not that the war, these battles are never ending, no. But each milestone is a battle in and of itself that you need to achieve. So celebrate the wins, but don't allow it to trap you back into this space that you're trying to get away from and you're trying to move away from. Some of you need to let go of people who are not in your best interest to hang around. There's a lot of temptation around you. A lot of temptation, debauchery, sex, drugs, rock and roll, whatever you need choose to call it, whatever the vice is that you're contending with, you need to confront it. You need to, and when I say confront, I mean own it. That yes, I have a tendency to engage in X and Y behavior, and I acknowledge that it's not for my highest good, and I'm willing, ready, and able to release it now. Some of you are feeling like these temptations are difficult for you to release. And that's fair. Nobody's saying you have to be Mr. and Mrs. Perfect right now. But what is important more than anything is the acknowledgement that this is what I'm struggling with. God, Mother, Heavenly Realm. These are my struggles. I don't know how to shift from this. I don't feel like I have the capability to do it. Whatever you need me to do, whatever you guide me to, I will obey, I will surrender. I place this on your altar, God. Help me shift this. Tell me what I need to do, guide me to where I need to go. Tell me who I need to speak to. People think that you have to have all the answers to all the problems in the world. And what God is trying to say is, no, you don't. I just need you to have the acknowledgement that this is where I am, this is what I'm struggling with, and I don't know how to change it. And I will come in and change it for you, or I will help you go to this person or to this place, or I will do this for you to help you shift it. At least to give you the level of clarity that you need so that you can start making the right decisions for you. Whatever it is that God is going to do, He's going to do it. And He's not a God of conditions. He's not a God of punishment. He's not a God of condemnation. If that's the energy you're getting, then you're talking to this dark messengers. You're not talking to God. I can promise you that. But in order for the heavenly realm to come in and support you in the way that you need to be supported, you have to be willing to acknowledge that this is what I'm struggling with. This is the energy that is keeping me trapped. This is the energy that is holding me hostage. And I don't know how to shift it. I don't know what to do. Please, God, come and help me. Please, Heavenly Realm. Please, Divine Mother. I want to change. What can I do to change this? And then trust the process and trust that you'll be given the strength and courage to take the next best step for you. So overall, the message here is ego constructs are being decimated. Patterns are shifting. Relationship dynamics are changing. As I said, some people who were divorced or separated are coming back together. Some people who were together are getting divorced and separated. Everything that is happening to you is happening for you. Even though I know the shifts may be painful and this may be causing a lot of disruption in your life, sometimes it's through the disruption and through the chaos that comes the clarity and the understanding. So this person who is juggling, or whoever it is that is juggling this energy and is in this space, have faith, trust, and believe that it's happening to you for a reason. It's not your set point. This is not where you need to stay. And trust and believe that even in the chaos, there's something that you're being shown about yourself. Whether it's that you love drama, whether it's like you thrive in chaos, which is a falsity in and of itself, because nobody really thrives in chaos. Chaos means that your mind is all over the place. And for as long as your mind is all over the place, you never really have any clarity. And your discernment is just shaken up. It's very unclear. So don't allow these negative, dark messengers to come and tell you some bullshit that just isn't real. Nobody realistically thrives in chaos. That is an ego construct that you need to confront and address within yourself. So that's all I have for now. I hope this message was helpful to you. I send you all divine love and blessings wherever you may be, whoever this message is for. I send you so much love and compassion. And I say to you that there is no battle too big for God, Mother, and the heavenly realm to come in and help you move and shift from. There is nothing too big for you to overcome, but you need to trust the process. And trust that if you're in the midst of a storm, you already know, your infinite self already knows how to shift from it. And that's why the surrender and the acknowledgement is so important, because your 3D self is plagued with programming and ego constructs, but your infinite self knows. So just surrender and say, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to shift this. I don't know what I need to say. I don't know where I need to go. Come and help me, Heavenly Realm, and trust and believe that it's going to happen for you. All right. I love you all, and thank you for passing through my channel. I do private readings. If you're interested, email me at ancientdivineknowledge@gmail.com. Until then, love and blessings, and speak to you soon.